Hey, what's going on everybody? My name's Mike Amsel, and today I'm gonna be sharing with you my Sony A7III cinema rig setup. Now, I will say, this is not the finished product. I think there are still some things I'd like to change about it and kind of just mess around and experiment with. However, I did want to share it with you the way it is already and hopefully just kind of help you out and maybe even inspire you if you're considering kind of making your own cage setup thing similar to this. So let's just get right into the video. I'll kind of want to go over every single piece of the setup. I'll leave a link in my description to where you can purchase these items if it's something that you're interested in. But yeah, let's just get started right away. So the first thing that I'd like to share about this is the cage. If you've ever used a cage before, you just know how helpful these things can be because there's little thread screws or thread holes all the way around the cage, giving you truly like unlimited options for your mounts that you want to put on this thing. And just overall, I really love the design. I love the way it looks. It's kind of got that steel, but matte black finish to it, which just looks really clean in my opinion. And overall, after using it now for a little bit, I just really like the way it feels, the way it looks, and the convenience and the usability of the SmallRig Cage. The next thing I've got on there, as I mentioned earlier, is the wooden handle. This is also made by SmallRig. And one thing that I really like about this, again, is the price, again, it's the quality, but it comes with a little Allen wrench that has a little kind of magnetic slot that just kind of stays in right there at the top of it. And that Allen wrench is really helpful because for the entire cage, especially if you use SmallRig products, all of the 1/4-inch screws are screwed in by Allen wrenches. And so to be able to have this literally at my fingertips at any time is super convenient. I love the design of it. This specific handle can actually be flipped either to the right or to the left of the cage, depending on what your preference is. It's pretty affordable. And even if you don't get this exact handle, there are plenty of whether wooden handles or metal handles out there. There are plenty of options for you, but I would definitely recommend getting a handle. This is a new thing for me, which I'm really excited to talk about, and that is the Atomos Ninja V. This monitor is amazing. I love its recording abilities. However, even if you don't have the an external recorder, you can use really any monitor, whether that be one of those small HD focus or I think it's called a Free World. I might be saying that wrong, I'm not sure, but there are plenty of monitors out there that are really helpful. And to me, I think if you're gonna kind of go for that camera rig, that cinema rig look, I think an external monitor is really helpful regardless of which one you get. Just having that big screen to look through makes everything so much easier. And especially if you're shooting on a Sony like I am, we all know the Sony's LCD, the back screen, it's not the best, it's definitely not the brightest, and sometimes it can actually be quite challenging to shoot with it, especially if you're shooting outside in the daylight. So having this monitor has made just like a world of difference to me, and I'm really excited to have it. All right, and the last little accessory that I have on this cage is the SmallRig monitor mount. Now, this thing is actually really helpful because for the Ninja V, it did not come with any kind of mounting bracket or mounting arm that can attach to the camera. So I needed to get an additional accessory. And the reason I went with this option is because to kind of just stick with the the SmallRig ecosystem. But I really enjoy it because this mount actually has a little swivel head to it, which allows you to move the monitor in different angles depending on the shot that you need to get, which is super helpful. You know, the last thing you want is to kind of have your monitor stuck in one position, and you know, whether you want to get a low shot or a high shot, not having the ability to even see what's on your monitor. So I highly recommend getting one of these things if your monitor that you have doesn't come with some sort of option to mount your monitor on. I know like the Small HD monitor comes with like that L arm kind of bracket thing, which goes right into the hot shoe of your camera. If that's the case, then obviously you don't need this little piece. But like I said, for me and the monitor that I was able to get didn't come with anything. So really, really helpful. So yeah, that's about it. It's really not a complicated setup at all, but I will say if you're somebody who is interested in maybe considering getting a camera cage for whatever camera you have, to me, I love the investment thus far. I love just the way it feels in my hand. It's definitely a bit heavier of a setup than before, but you know, with that extra weight also comes it's easier to get stabilized handheld footage. So for me, I don't mind the weight. I love the setup. I will leave a link in my description so you can check out all of the products that I mentioned in this video and see if that's something that you might be interested in. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you found today's video helpful, make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new here, yeah, consider subscribing. I make videos just like this one every single week. I make videos about filmmaking, about photography. Every once in a while, I'll get outside and do some tutorials and even go out and travel and all that stuff. So if any of that sounds like something you might be interested in, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I would definitely appreciate that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.